From classic rock favorites to unforgettable pop culture staples, these are the songs that turned names into hooks, stories, heartbreaks, and sing-along anthems. Whether it's a long-lost love or a name you can't help but shout when the chorus hits, these tracks prove that sometimes one name is all it takes to make a song iconic. So let's see who makes the list as we count down the top 5 songs with a woman's name in the title. Stay with us.
Get ready for the 3324 podcast, where lifelong friends Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber share their love of all things music and movies. Dean has directed short films and is a music trivia buff. And Eric, trained in audio engineering, brings his extensive knowledge of music and film to the conversation as they discuss, debate, and celebrate their favorite albums, films, and much more.
Welcome, friends, to the 3324 podcast, where classic rock and classic cinema live on. Right here.
That's a good one. Love
That's
it.
A good one.
Love it. Yeah. Dean's been.
This is the destination. If you're a returner, you know the deal. You know what's going on. If you're new to the podcast, welcome aboard. You picked a humdinger. Our top 5s are always interesting. It's a way we kind of challenge ourselves, and you get to learn a little bit about us vis-a-vis our picks when we do top 5s. And we also have a special guest who we're breaking in on the top 5. So we'll get to that in a moment. But first and foremost, do us a favor. If you're new, go ahead and hit the follow button on your podcast provider platform. This way you get a gentle notification whenever new episodes come out. And you'll just be able to pick and choose. Oh, I like that one. Okay, I'll check it out. Nah, that one, I'll skip it. This way you can kind of see what comes and goes, or you can go into the back room and check out all the back stock we have. All the titles are back there in numerical order. You just got to flip through them. We did not use the Dewey Decimal System, though, Eric.
No.
I'm sorry.
We did not. There's just too many.
Did not use the Dewey Decimal System.
There's too many episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was no 251.2 back there.
Slight pat on the back there for our efforts.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have a special guest with us.
Very special guest.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not too many guests can attain this stat, and Mr. John Irizarry is one of them. We've had only one other guest that we've done an interview with, they've done a music episode with, and they've done a top 5. So John Irizarry, welcome. You are the second to attain this exalted rank.
I am honored.
It's great. Great honor. It's almost.
It's got to be like a distinction, like people that win an Academy Award, a Grammy, an Emmy. There's like that title for people that win multiple awards. So or get a jacket like a 5-timers.
I was just about to say there's more. I think this podcast is more like the 5-timers club
rather than a t-shirt. I think perhaps this is about all we can muster.
Well, we could throw in a few genuine claps there, right?
Thank you.
The live studio audience gave you some of their love as well. They recognize Mr. John Irizarry, recording artist, songwriter, musician, performer. He's a multi-hyphenate and also good friend, which is the most important hyphen.
Thank you. Yes.
That we put in there. We're going to link to his website. He has an album out, This Girl, which came out last year.
Yeah.
Last year. And you can check that out. He's on Bandcamp. His music is streaming on Spotify. So we'll put a link in the show notes to Mr. John Irizarry's website, so you can see if you're in the Hudson Valley area of New York State. He is gigging all the time, nonstop.
That's true.
So you can go
hit a moving target.
so you can go see him wherever he is, or like I said, you can listen to his music. And so we dragged him in for his first top 5, and we're doing top 5 songs with a woman's name in the title. And I thought this was going to be so easy.
No.
And it started out very easy, and it got more and more difficult the more I thought about it. John, talk about your struggles or triumphs with this list.
Well, I said I better find, because there's so many songs. I mean, so many songs with women's names in it that I had to decide on a criteria. So what was the criteria? I wanted something. I wanted to pick songs that got as close as possible, if they didn't make it, to a complete picture. Meaning that the music uh, really was a great vehicle for the lyrics and the message, the emotion of the song
Oh, nice. Yeah.
to get across. And the example I'll use for one that didn't make it, a great song in its own, is Layla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Layla, the reason there's two parts to Layla, but he's really screaming through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you listen to the unplugged version, it's a little different,
Wow.
but the original, it's as great of a song it is, and Layla, the album, is a desert island album for me. But as far as the criteria for this, I don't feel it's a perfect bed for the song for what he's trying to convey emotionally.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's yelling at this woman that he loves. you know,
Not to mention all of the overdubbed guitars and slide guitars going
Oh,
on,
yeah.
and Wayne Allman and him going back and forth. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, when I started doing the list, I knocked out, I had a whole bunch circling around in my head, and then it's interesting, John, that you mentioned what your criteria was. I actually ended up coming up with a criteria as well of, because we're going to make these songs into a playlist on YouTube Music, so you're going to be able to check them out. Everybody's going to be able to listen to them, and of course, as with every top 5, we encourage you to let us know what yours are, and we'll add them to the playlist, so it's a growing dynamic playlist. So when I was doing mine, I was thinking for my top 5, like songs that kind of meshed well together as a playlist, which I never usually do. I just try and I pick songs and I go with it. I'm like, when I was crafting, I'm like, these songs actually kind of feel good together when you listen to them.
Okay.
So more of a cohesive overall feel. And then the honorable mentions are just all over the place. And so you'll be able to tell my top 5, and then my honorable mentions are just like scattershot. Eric, what about you? What was kind of any?
I actually didn't. I refused to go searching. I didn't look at any lists. I didn't go. I just basically, most of the choices are off the top of my head. Songs that few that are staples. Actually, there's a few songs that we've done albums for in the past in the podcast, of course. How can I not include them on this list? It's hard. I kind of put them in some semblance of order, but I can't decide which ones are my top 5 and which ones are the honorable mention, because they're all, for me, they're all great.
Yeah.
They're just great songs. But yeah, it's tough.
I struggled with that as well. Until earlier today, I pulled one out of the honorables and moved it up. So let's not tease the listeners any further. Let us break into this. So how we're going to do this, Eric is going to go first. John will go with his pick, and then I'll go with mine. We're going to do one pick each. So we'll do our number 5. We'll go through it. Number 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll kind of round robin it, and then we'll do some honorable mentions. And like I said, we're going to make a playlist out of this, so you'll be able to hear the whole thing. And then you can contact us on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, or the fan mail option in the podcast provider, and give us your picks. We will add them as well. So enough chitter chatter. Let's get to
Let's get to it.
Enough chitter chatter. Let's get to the cake batter.
All right.
All right.
All right. So Eric, number 5.
My number 5.
What's it going to be? Set the tone.
No particular order. No, it's not chronological. It's just, this would certainly be on probably in the top tier of anybody's list. It's Stevie Wonder's My Cherie Amour. I've always loved this song. I just recently watched Almost Famous, and it's one of my favorite scenes, needle drop scenes in a movie of him watching, her gets, they had to pump her stomach, and everybody talks about the Tiny Dancer scene, but that, to me, that scene means a lot more. And you couldn't have picked a better song for that particular scene. So I had a lot of that in mind. By the way, John, I like to infuse music with movies, because I'm the movie guy. So you'll probably hear that a lot. So just so you know,
fair warning.
Warning.
That's such an incredible art in itself, is to pick the right song for the right moment in a movie. Absolutely.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's funny when Eric, when you said My Sharia Moore, I immediately thought of Silver Linings Playbook.
yeah, that's
Because
another
that's the
great
song
one.
that triggers Bradley Cooper.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Whenever he hears that, he has flashbacks to his wife cheating on him. So that was like,
yeah.
So it's a needle drop in two
and two movies that we know of. I'm sure it might be more. We'll have to do the research on that one. But yeah, just a great song. It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorites by him. Classic. So
yeah, right. It's a great song.
Yeah, it's right in that transitional period for Stevie Wonder when he wasn't
a
kid anymore, hadn't fully embraced what he was going to do in the 70s, and he was still making great music in between that late 60s.
And this is 68. This is 68, and that high production. We're talking 70s style production here. We got strings, we got the whole bit, like just really, really like the height of the Beatles right now. And Stevie Wonder puts this out, and it's, to me, it's just as good as anything that, they were putting out at the time. So it's a masterpiece of a song.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yep. Excellent. All right. Johnny Irizarry, are you ready?
I am ready again. And I'll say as well, these are not in any particular order, but I'll start with, I'm going to come out hot here. Suzanne by Leonard Cohen.
Okay.
And the reason why is it just the picture that he paints, from a point of the music, the way that it flows up and down as he's talking about different parts of the story are just so beautiful. And you're there with him. You're riding. You're going with him as he's going along, and you know exactly. You're sitting there in the conversation as he's telling you this story. I don't know if you know the song, but it's a beautiful song. Just about someone that he's in love with, but he's not able to be in love with her as deep as he would like himself to be.
Yeah. Mid 60s. Leonard Cohen.
Oh yeah, early.
Yeah. And Judy Collins did a version of it as well, I think. She did a version. So, all right, you guys are staying in the 60s, huh? Is that where?
No.
So coming in hot. So John, coming in hot, does that mean coming in hot from the era that you're picking from, or coming in hot from Leonard Cohen, who's like a monster?
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant. More like, go very deep. Go very deep right away. I have more commercially known stuff in there too. So.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll see your 1960s, and I'll raise you a Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I could, for some reason I find myself mystified that I don't listen to him a lot more, because every time I hear something by him, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
His story is so. He was only 22, and the amount of songs he wrote were just, and the amount of classics he wrote. But Peggy Sue is just, it's just a classic from that era. It was either this or Kathy's Clown from the Everly Brothers. Like I was kind of torn. But I'm like, I don't think Buddy Holly gets enough recognition nowadays. And this is just a masterful song. It's got this really interesting beat. There's no real snare drum on it. It's just a series of just kind of drum patterns.
Yeah.
And then he does that quirky thing he does with his voice too. When I love that, Peggy, yeah. And he was so young, but he was so aware of his talent,
Yeah.
And he had a knack for writing catchy songs. And Peggy Sue is just one of the. It's very interesting. It's got a lot of, just because of the way the percussion is, so that automatically brings a lot of texture to it.
You know the story with Paul McCartney and Buddy Holly, that he has a party on Buddy Holly's birthday every year. Paul McCartney, and the reason why, they asked him once, why Buddy Holly? He goes, well, Buddy Holly could always write a great song with just 3 chords. It always took me 4.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was McCartney's entree into publishing. He bought the Buddy Holly catalog quite early on, and people were like, what's this all about? And he's like, well, this, I think it was his father-in-law, Lee Eastman, that kind of turned him on to like purchasing other publishing catalogs.
Sure.
As an investment.
And then he taught Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he was pretty perturbed when Michael Jackson went ahead and got the Beatles catalog. He's, well, what are you doing? It's like, well, it's good, good for you to buy Buddy Holly. I can buy your stuff. So,
Right.
So yeah, there we go. So we're starting off in early rock and roll. We're in the 60s and the 50s. So Eric, break out number 4. What do you got?
Okay. We talked about it. This is one of the albums we did, and it occurred to me that it's come full circle, and it's a very, very similar track to one of the tracks on the album, which was In Step by Stevie Ray Vaughan, and instrumental. And it's a song called Lenny, which is for his wife Lenora at the time. And funnily enough, he used the same guitar on that track. This was Texas Flood, which was his debut record. And then he has Riviera Paradise, which is very similar in tone and the sort of mood on In Step, which would be his last official album. And he named the guitar after her, when he used it, and he used the very same guitar to play Riviera Paradise on In Step. So I thought that was an interesting fact, but I just love this track. In fact, I might like it a little bit more. It's less polished, less produced than Riviera Paradise. And it's just, it's one of those songs that it's just, when you think Lenny, you think he's talking about somebody, like a buddy or something. It's
yeah,
just
like a guy.
Yeah. So it kind of threw a little, little thing in there, just sort of, maybe to throw some people off with it. No, but he's sorely missed. I mean, he was just such a great talent, so I just love the fills and the sort of the articulation that he plays. And like you were saying, John, I think, even though it's an instrumental, that's lyrically, we're not getting anything there. I think we are in his playing,
Yes.
For sure. It's like, you feel it, so this was something that he was, and the Texas Flood by its very nature wasn't exactly, his most, he would do more, a lot more in the studio on further releases, but this particular track, I think you really feel it. So I really dug it. So yeah, that's why it's on the
Lenny,
list.
Lenny,
Yes.
or Lenny.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lenny. All right, there we go. Number 4, Lenny. John, what do you got for number 4?
Okay, this is in line with your Peggy Sue pick.
Okay.
Because Peggy Sue is in the voice that makes it perfect because of the age that Buddy Holly was at when he made that song.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds like a young man that had something to say, a story to tell of someone he loved. So this song is similarly the story is told by a younger man, from the way I see it, and it's Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even though it seems that it's in a certain dimension, where he's singing, but it's spoken by the story, the conversation he's having with Maggie is from the perspective of someone who hasn't lived a lot of life. So his world is compressed. So the way that he's seeing it, and the way he's saying to her, look, I can't be here. I got to go back to school. I have to, I can't be, but yet he is forlorn. He's feeling something because Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. Like in the way he says it, the way it's phrased there, you can hear what he's saying. So the emotion at that moment comes out. The rest of it is like, hey, I can't be here. I'm too young to be doing this. I can't do this. I got other things I have to do. I got to go back to school. I have to grow up. I have to leave.
Yeah. Wow. And you know what? Maggie May wasn't even on my radar when you said it. I'm like, oh my God, obviously. And I was like, I didn't even think of Maggie May, because there's so many other things swirling. Oh, Rod Stewart, that was prime Rod Stewart as well.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
That's
when he was kind of, was he still in the Faces, or had he just left?
It was just like his first big hit after the Faces. Yeah. So,
But
There was
yet
that
you have
overlap.
Ron Wood is the guitar player on that, I believe. Ron Wood does that beautiful guitar work that Ron Wood does is part of the conversation in the song too.
and one of the I think one of the only songs that he actually wrote, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think
Rod Stewart?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
known for covering, a lot of songs, but I think he actually either co-wrote it or
co-written.
yeah. So
Co-written by
yeah.
Robert Stewart.
Mhm.
Rod Stewart.
Right? Is it Robert or Rodney? Is it Rodney? I don't know. Maybe not.
Could be
It
Roderick.
is it's Roderick.
Roderick.
Sir
Okay.
Roderick David Stewart.
That's
Does he sound like he's from like the King Arthur's
That is
Round
a very
Table?
British name. Very British.
Sir
name.
Roderick.
That's not a boy from Queens.
No.
This is Roderick David Stewart.
Yeah.
Call me sir. God. Oh boy. All right. My number 4. This one was in the honorable mentions, and then I just thinking about it, I'm like, I gotta bring it up, and it's just because it's such an exquisite song. It's kind of like a if you're into comic books, it's like a Marvel team up. And we actually did do an episode. It's Evangeline by the Band with Emmylou Harris.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like it, and the version that's on the Last Waltz album is not the same version, even though the version in the movie is kind of like a studio. It looks like it's live, but it's kind of recorded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's actually a full-on recorded version on the Last Waltz, and that's what this is. And it's just as magnificent,
Yeah.
It's just the lyric, Robbie Robertson just had had a way of tapping into Americana. Whether Levon Helm was helping or not, we can a fight for another day. But Robbie Robertson is the songwriter, and then you add Emmylou Harris in there as well, and just the whole,
Mm-hmm.
Rick Danko taking a verse and Levon Helm. That's playing to the band's strength.
Oh yeah.
That's where they are. So then you throw in Emmylou Harris as like almost like an adjunct member of the band.
Mm-hmm.
Singing this beautiful, typical song about the South, Mississippi, riverboat gamblers, like all the kind of tropes that were in like the band catalog of lyrics, and it's just gorgeous. It's like a great farewell song for the band. It's a great way for them to kind of exit the Last Waltz and have all the collaborations they did, but. Evangeline, from when I first saw the Last Waltz, in the 80s, that song always stuck with me. It was just one of those ones.
What a magnificent movie, magnificent soundtrack. It's just. You could, if you're a huge band, into the band, yeah, by all means, get the albums. But really, if you really want to get to know who they are and what they're all about, just check that movie out. Check out that live recording. It's just fantastic.
They drank, they did drugs, and they stole. Pretty much the Last Waltz. And if you want to encapsulate it for people that want the Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're really good musicians too, by the way.
Absolutely. Yep. A lot of great guest stars.
John, did I sum that up, John?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Pretty much the band, right? They were a bunch of hooligans.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hung out
and the editing of Martin Scorsese and Robbie Robertson in a blacked out apartment doing cocaine and editing the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell Robbie Robertson was like a rail. He was so skinny.
Oh my God.
Yes,
they were all strung out.
And we talked about the very first special effect, right? Neil Young's nose. When we talked about that one of the episodes where he went. If you watch the movie, he went out. He had a little rock in his nose, and they had to actually go in frame by frame and paint it out. All the close-ups.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man. Fantastic.
That's some rock and roll lore for you. All right, Eric, we're sailing through these, so we're going to be able to get to the honorable mentions. Don't forget, everybody that's listening, calculate your list, send it to us. We're going to add it to the dynamic playlist that we'll have on YouTube Music. So, Eric, this number 3.
This was a little bit more upbeat, and I've been following on YouTube. They were, high school kids now they're college kids actually. They're called the Low Darts, and they cover. These kids are amazing, and we're talking about they're covering people like Steely Dan, Supertramp,
Mhm.
And in this case, they do an incredible cover of Rosanna by Toto.
Mhm.
And the song itself, as you know, is
Mhm.
just perfection. Toto,
Yes.
the musicianship on that song and everything they do is just phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure I don't know if we did it. It was one of the, I think might have been the drum episode. And it was either you or Chris picked Jeff Baccaro's performance. Was it,
Yep.
am I mistaken or?
Yeah, I don't know if it was I've picked this or Hold the Line. I forget. I think
Okay.
I picked Rosanna because it has the Purdy Shuffle.
Yeah, it's an
Right?
amazing drum.
Yeah.
So just going back and listening. But if you get a chance, check out. They're called the Low Darts. Check out these kids, man. They are incredible musicians. I mean, they nail it. I mean, because how intricate this music is. Especially things like Steely Dan, and they do several covers of them as well. But this, it's been kind of an earworm the last couple of weeks because I've been, just watching these videos. But I saw, when you mentioned this, I was like, oh, perfect. That's like my number one. I'm going to throw that right on the list. So there you
They're
go.
very relevant right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. So, yeah. So that, I mean, just an incredible track. Yeah.
All right. So that was your number 3, Rosanna, but not the Toto version.
No, it is the Toto version.
It is the Toto version.
It is the Toto, but I urge you to check out these kids.
Okay, gotcha.
But I mean, but they, they just do such a great job. So yeah.
Okay. Well, you just made my life a little bit easier because Rosanna was on my list, so I'm going to take it off and swap it out. I didn't think anybody was touching that. I figured there's so much meat on the bone, but inevitably. All right, so that was number 3. So John, what do you got for your number 3?
All right. Well, I'm writing stuff as we talk, and I just put on here, which I think this. As soon as you said upbeat song, I decided to put this on the list, and it's Marie Marie by the Blasters. Marie Marie by the Blasters. If you've ever heard it, it's a great rockabilly style song. And it's very upbeat, but it's beautiful and it's passionate. It's very passionate about how he feels about this girl, Marie. And it's just a great song. I recommend it highly. If you have an opportunity, listen to it.
Okay.
When did it come out?
Hey, little girl, don't you understand? I just want to be your lover man. Marie Marie. That's the tagline of it. And it's a beautiful song. It's just a great song. It's always a crowd favorite.
That's from like the 80s, right?
I guess kind of the 80s.
1981.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blasters.
They sound familiar.
I remember. Yeah, I just looked them up. Dave Alvin.
Dave Alvin, right? Alvin.
Isn't he like he's like a rockabilly guitar? Yeah.
Dave Alvin. After the Blasters split up, he went more like old country.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great, Dave Alvin.
I knew the name was familiar, and now Dave Alvin. It's like, yep, okay.
Yeah,
brought me back. And it's like Marie.
It's like what's his name? Buck Owens on Speed.
Okay. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need about 30 seconds to digest whatever imagery Buck Owens on Speed might conjure. Buck Owens on Speed might be Glenn Campbell.
That's true. And maybe a possibility.
I think Buck Owens on Speed might honestly be Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh Lord! All right, there's a quote for the ages. So we're gonna this episode is already setting some records. Okay, my number 3. This is probably the most obscure I'm gonna get, but it really wasn't that obscure. And it perfectly follows John's. My pick is My Maria by B.W. Stevenson from 1973. It was a top 10 hit. It's very interesting. B.W. Stevenson, was a singer-songwriter. He died pretty young.
Great.
He never really got a chance. What's that? Do you know the song, Eric?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. My Maria.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. It's got this just interesting guitar lick that starts in the beginning, and it's just kind of quirky.
Yep.
I forgot what I was listening to, like Pandora or something, and it just started coming up, and I'm like, God, it sounds like this song sounded so familiar to me. I'm like, I must have heard it when I was younger, but not enough to really cement it in my head, but then it caught me. I'm like, this is so unique. It's such a interesting song. It's an interesting vocal performance.
Yeah.
It's just like the, it was just one of those quirky things from the set. And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, it was like number 9 in 1973. So it was a decent sized hit for him. But he never really kind of got the due, that he deserved, I mean, he's got a great voice. He's got a kind of he can go high. He does a little falsetto in it, but then he's got a deep voice as well. So it's a song that's so quirky and it's not long, but it's got a lot in it.
Yeah.
Which is what I like out of a good pop song. It's kind of it takes you a lot of different places, wraps it up tightly in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you're out the door onto the next one. And My Maria kind of fits that early 70s aesthetic of kind of singer-songwriting, but quirky, and all the things you would hear on an AM radio hit. My Maria kind of covers
those. It's got those horns in it. Sort of like Mexican,
it has that flavor to it, and it's just and it's just it's a very simple song. Not a lot to it, but often those are the greatest ones because they're just so catchy. They don't have to swing for the fences. They just kind of stay within the ballpark, and they know what they're going to do, and they take care of you. So
great track.
All right, number 3. We're whipping through these, huh? We're going to be at number 1 before you know it.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, number 2.
So, all right, this is another one that I we talked about. I picked this artist on our Harmony episode, and this was the debut album by Bon Iver. Is his that's how you pronounce it? The name
not Bon Iver.
It's not Bon Iver. It's Bon Iver.
It's like Bon Jovi, Bon Iver.
It's Bon Iver. And it's the actually the title track, or the of the album, For Emma is the name of the song. It's beautiful, beautiful track. And he did this album all by himself, but then he formed a band. I think it was like a 6-piece band beyond this debut. Great harmony vocals, great that sort of like very, very like the echo thing going on as we love in this sort of like it's not psychedelic, but it's just it's spacey kind of stuff of a lot of these.
What's the name of the song again?
For Emma.
For Emma.
Yeah, a little acoustic number, very sort of moody. Really sets a visual picture. The cover of the album is just this sort of wintry type of thing, and that's what I picture when I hear this track and I hear everything on this. Right, I love this album so much. It's just such a great, it's just a piece of art. It's just very. It captures a mood. It captures, it's a great winter sort of wintry type album, and it just, I just love it. I was almost going to pick. He actually did a track with St. Vincent. There was a song. I forget the name. It was a girl's name, but it ended up on the soundtrack of one of the Twilight movies.
You could still like it.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song, and I'm listening to her stuff a lot, and it's just the talent that's coming out. I mean, there's good stuff out there. So some of these newer artists, I really like this kind of stuff. It's just the indie.
Yeah, we always lament how there's nothing new, good, that's recent, and you gotta search a little harder. But it's out there, and it takes a little digging sometimes, and it's not as easy because it's not put in front of you, especially in this day of we kind of go and listen to what we want to because it's available, and not we're not bound by the radio and what they play and what we have to hear to get to our next song. So so in a way, it's more of a music discovery is really puts the onus on the listener.
This is one of those songs or albums that I urge you to listen to the entire album. Again, it's just put the earphones on, the best experience. It's a great sounding record. I just love it.
Yeah, it made Rolling Stone's top 500 in 2020. It was number 461 on the top albums of all time. So. Cool. Bon Iver.
Bon Iver.
Only to his friends, he's Bon Iver.
That's it. He's from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So of course it's going to be Bon Iver.
Of course.
You're already putting your pinky in the air when you're saying it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bon Iver. All right, John, number 3. What do you got for us, sir?
Okay, Jolene by Dolly Parton.
Thank you.
Nobody was going to take it.
Thank you.
Go for it. Tell us about it.
Well, Jolene, it's just coming in where her conversation starts in there when she starts to tell her story. The conversation she has with Jolene comes in that very tense A minor. So, that minor chord, that Jolene, 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 and it holds there to create tension.
Mm-hmm.
It seems perfect. You can hear what she's trying to convey, in there. You can hear there's hurt in her passionate plea. You can hear the beg in her voice, and in the that, it just seems like a perfect song to me, for what she's trying to say. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song.
Mm. You picked it, so we didn't have to, but I did. I was thinking about it. I almost put it on the list, but it's because I as a kid, I always loved that song. Hearing that, it's just great. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
and in the 70s, she was like in her zenith. I mean, she was. She writes everything. I know she gets a lot of credit, but I don't think she gets enough credit as a songwriter. I think she deserves more credit than what she gets, and she gets a lot of credit.
Absolutely, but she's a tour de force.
And her guitar playing, is just, again,
yes.
She paid her dues in the 50s and 60s with the Grand Ole Opry and playing with a lot of those old, she's steeped in like the classic country, the roots of country.
Yeah.
And didn't cut her nails.
Yeah. She plays
and still play guitar.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. but amazing, And a quick side anecdote about Dolly Parton. The smartest thing she ever did, when she wrote I Will Always Love You, right? She wrote that. And Elvis wanted to cover it. And Elvis, and Colonel Parker's like, well, anything that Elvis sings, you have to sign the publishing rights over to, because it's Elvis Presley. And Dolly's like, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Nope.
And because Whitney Houston was waiting about 20 years later in the wings to make her for the Wells Fargo truck to back up to her house. And
that's right.
And it sounds like a really stupid thing. Like, why would you not let Elvis sing your song? And
good for her,
because she didn't want to sign the publishing over.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm not giving him this. I'm not giving it to him.
That's what I was going to say. She is an absolute.
That was ballsy.
It's ball. I mean, she is, for, women artists, she is, so heralded and such a, tour de force in that vein.
Yeah. And she's good. She's so good. She's just so good.
There's a beautiful, I mean, she, duet with Norah Jones on Creeping In. I love she did a beautiful, beautiful duet with Jewel on Picking Up the Pieces. It was an album sort of reminiscing about Pieces of You, but it was a brand new album. My Father's Daughter. It's I mean, if that doesn't bring tears to your eyes, because they're both telling their unique stories, but they're kind of similar. Dolly's story is honky tonk, and of course Jewel is Alaska, but but when they sing together, it's that check that one
meshes.
out. Yeah,
meshes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna keep it. I'll keep it going with. Wait, Eric just went. No,
I went.
Oh, John went. Okay. Yeah. So I'm right. It's my turn.
It's your turn.
My turn. Give me the mic back. I'll give you the title. Give me the artist. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
The title of the song is Gloria.
Oh, well, it could be
Van Morrison or the Doors.
But them really.
Or the Doors.
Yeah.
Or Laura Branigan, right?
Let's go with Laura Branigan.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Gloria, from that song when it came out, was everywhere, and Laura Branigan was like the pop version of Pat Benatar. Like, this woman can sing.
Mm-hmm.
And her vocal range and her inflection and just the way she phrases things. I mean, she could rip.
Yeah.
And Gloria was like her calling card. When that song came out, everybody was singing the song Gloria, like, it was
Right.
like all over the place.
Yeah.
It's so of its time, but her voice is not. Like the production is totally 80s. It's all keyboards and all electronic.
Right.
But her
Is that
voice is just like out singing like what era she's in.
It was like pop disco.
Yeah. Yeah, she, it's just great. And the more I listen to the song, and the more it's like, I just like, she was just able to rip,
Yeah.
And she's from Westchester County, born in Mount Kisco.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
I thought she was like Scottish or something like that.
Yeah.
But I smoked a lot of pot back then.
Westchester County. I thought she passed away on Long Island. I thought she was from Long Island.
Oh, okay.
She's from up here where we are, Mount Kisco area. So,
well, people from Westchester, like salmon swim upstream to die. People from Westchester go down
Long Island
to die.
They go across the Sound.
That's right. It's pretty majestic. It's very majestic.
Oh man.
Oh God. But yeah, no, Laura Branigan just, unfortunately her career just didn't have the staying power. And it's not because she didn't have the chops. I guess she just didn't, whatever it was, management, I don't know what it was, just didn't stay, like they kept her in that lane. And she had a couple of hits, Self-Control, which was kind of a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah.
And, Spanish Dancer, I think she had, or something like that. But Gloria was her calling card, and just listen. Just when you guys listen to it on the playlist, just listen to her voice. She's just all she's growling, she's roaring, she's doing it all.
She can sustain those notes too.
Yeah. She's giving you the whole clinic, in one song.
Yeah.
She's like taking you through the whole thing. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
And it's the 80s. It's got that upbeat thing, and it's just so great.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number ones. We are ready for our number ones.
Wow.
We made it here already. We're rolling through, which is a lot of fun. So, which is going to give us a lot of time to do some honorable mentions too. The ones that were circling the drain that didn't quite make it down. But for now, Eric, number one, is this going to be something predictable? Me and Sarah Jane by Genesis?
No.
No. Ah, man. I tried.
It's not on the list.
Sussudio? That's a girl's name.
No, it's not.
That's Sussudio?
No, there will be no Genesis tonight. But I mean, how could I not pick this as my number one? It was either this or God, it's hard to choose between the two, but I have to go with Eleanor Rigby by Revolver. So
Beatles making an appearance.
Yep, we talked about Revolver. We talked about the Beatles to death on this podcast. But I mean, come on, this is just one of the absolute masterclass songs of their run of any artist. I mean, of course, and it's and again, sets a mood, it sets a tone, it tells a story. I think John, you'll agree. This goes hand in hand with what the imagery alone, the music goes exactly what Paul McCartney is singing about. I mean, it's just a phenomenal. It's a bit bleak, of course, a little gray, but it really kind of hits, and I think
how he punches those minor chords.
Considering that, Paul McCartney was usually the one to write these little sort of more upbeat pop ditties, right? Here he's got this like really serious kind of thing, and it's just amazing. It's probably one of the best songs I feel he ever wrote.
It could have easily gone into a Stephen King novel.
Yeah. Well, I picture gray. I pictured, bare trees, a cemetery, it's just such a, but it's beautiful at the same time. There's a certain, certain something to it. And I just, so there you go.
Choir of harmonies that come in.
Oh, yeah.
The lonely people,
and just the way McCartney recorded, it sounds like he's really up on the microphone. It's really, his vocal is really forward.
Yes.
In the mix, and all it is, another, just like yesterday, it's just like another McCartney with just accompanied by, in this case, cellos and violins.
One of the worst things they did on the what was it, the 2025 or no 20 whenever the most recent remix of the album was to combine all of the vocals. I didn't like that. I love the separation.
Yeah.
That's what makes the song back back in the day, and then subsequent re-releases after that. You still had like the vocals on this side and Paul's voice in the middle, and just but they kind of blended them together, and it's nice, but it just kind of loses something in the translation for me. Yeah, so
I thought for sure it was going to be Martha, My Dear. If we were talking about Beatles
well,
and women's names, I thought you were going to choose Martha, My Dear about his dog.
No,
didn't do it for you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
John, I hope you didn't pick Martha, My Dear.
No.
Okay. All right. Lay out your number one for us. Let's roll out the red carpet.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that we'll use this as the number one, Allison by Elvis Costello.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice. This guy's got great taste, man.
Yeah. Declan McManus. Yeah.
I thank you for that. Like I said, I smoked a lot of pot back in the 80s.
So what about Allison does it for you?
Well, again, it's the way that he is, the music and the story that he's conveying come together to create this great picture, and how he makes a point of saying, Allison, he's saying with initial sadness, but then he goes, I know this world is killing you. Like, I understand, I get where you're at.
Yeah.
And just, it's a beautiful song. It's one of those songs that if I'm in the right mood, I'll get a tear in my eye when I listen to it. It's just beautiful.
Wow.
It's amazing how certain just parts of a song can do that. If not the whole song, if it doesn't hit you, but just a line could get you, so yeah.
Because you're anticipating and it's building towards it, right? Or so maybe the whole the song is laying the groundwork to get you to that point.
Yeah.
As well, with some good songs. Do as you can reference our top 5 sad songs episode. We did that one.
We did.
I don't know if they were sad songs, but I don't know if they were songs that made us cry necessarily. It was just songs that were sad.
Yeah.
But the
world needs those too.
All right. My number one, John, you actually scared me earlier. Because you were explaining when you were talking about one of the songs, you're like, oh, this, guy he's kind of young and he's explaining how he's in love with this person. Oh my God, he picked it. He picked my song. And if it was going to be somebody, it would have been you, but you didn't pick it. So I'm happy to say that my number one is Walk Away, Renee by the Left.
Great.
And the fact that this song was written by a 16-year-old kid.
Oh yeah,
and sung by like a 17-year-old kid, Steve Martin Caro, and then covered by the Four Tops. I mean Four Tops, right? Yes, the Four Tops, Levi Stubbs, Four Tops. It's just amazing. But the original has, they invented their own genre called Baroque pop. A whole genre came out of like these guys that they broke up almost immediately. They were kids.
Yeah.
They got back together. They broke up. Like the whole story of the Left Bank is just a mess. But this one song and the way Steve sings it, because he's a kid, he's young, and for a 16-year-old to have this kind of self-awareness to write a song like this, that just like it sounds like a young person, like but it's so relatable.
Oh yeah,
it's sung by a young person in love, but it's not necessarily immature. It's just able to tap into those feelings.
And one might just, immediately attack it and say, oh, what does a kid know about, real love or whatever it is, but,
Well, something that the go-to with that is just say, well, how about yesterday?
Yeah.
Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
How deep is that? I mean, but Walk Away, Renee, I do that. I'll pull that one out and I'll do it at my gigs sometimes. And it never fails to get the room silent and everybody is there with the song.
Yeah.
So that was a great pick.
Yeah, it's just
Sweet.
one of those ones, like when I've always heard, it's just so haunting and such a young guy singing it.
Mhm.
You know, and
Haunting.
again, so it's not sung like bubblegum pop. It's not sung like by the Archies or
No.
stuff of that era, you
Yeah.
know, of young people singing something.
Right.
Young people singing such a melancholy thing, and then the subsequent music that would make this Baroque pop, Pretty Ballerina, and some other stuff. It's kind of really serious for like such young people. It's almost like go out and have a good time. Like, don't be so,
Yes.
you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, I get the heartbreak, but you know, but they left us this one song, which is just absolutely heartbreaking and just kind of, it's just there, you know, and it's lush, you know, for kids making this,
Yeah.
they were wise beyond their years in a way that I could never be. So,
Mm.
Walk Away, Renee, 1966. What happened in 1966, Eric? Star Trek started. Don't go any further. Stop there.
Hey, you opened the door.
I did, and I shut it very quickly.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. That's our top 5. So we're going to put all these into a playlist, but we're not done yet. We've got some time left, so we're going to do some honorable mentions. We'll see. You know, these will go through a little bit quicker, so we can kind of bang these out a little bit more. But we're going to shovel all these into the playlist. There'll be a link in the show notes besides the link for John's site and his activities. We'll put a link in the show notes for the playlist as well. And again, send us your picks and we will add them gladly. I love when people send us their picks and we just kind of grow this huge playlist, which is a lot of fun. And I love crowdsourcing it. So here we go. Eric, didn't quite make the cut.
Okay.
What do you have that was circling the drain but didn't make the flush?
This is a guy that I've been in love with since. I mean, he's part of
you flatter me. I've never written a song with a woman's name in it though.
Yet
I gotta go write one.
He's part of a band that is very special to me, and it's Tedeschi Trucks Band. This guy's Mike Madison, who was the lead singer for Derek Trucks's quintet when he had his own band going, but he only added a vocalist on their last 2 albums, and then they formed this monster that is this 12-piece juggernaut. Mike Madison is just an incredible blues, got the gravelly voice. He's just, you know, but he also has a very, very sarcastic, dry wit because he's, you know, he's kind of an educated man. He's got, you know, when he sings the blues, it's very sort of tongue in cheek. And I love that about it. And the song is called Louisiana Anna. And he was in a group called Scrap-O-Matic right before he, you know, it was coinciding with TTB, and so he would do that on the side, and you know, with this guy Paul Olsen, and the drummer from TTB was in that band as well. So they made a few albums, and this, you know, but this song is just so like, it's very bluesy, very, you know, but it's, you know, but the way he articulates the words and just gets it out there is very swampy. I just love this guy. He's a phenomenal singer, songwriter. You know, just he's a fixture. He's one of the principal songwriters for the group too. So even though he's back in the backing vocalist section, from time to time they bring him up, and if for every album he'll at least get up there and do lead vocals on one of the songs, you know, besides Susan Tedeschi. So this particular album I always loved. So it's because it's, you know, just that bluesy kind of swampy vibe, but with a sense of humor. So yeah.
What's the title again? Louisiana
Anna. Yeah.
Alrighty. There we go.
Yep.
First honorable mention, John Irizarry. What do you got for us?
Okay, I got this one. This is not a tongue-in-cheek song, but to mix it up a little bit, Delilah by Tom Jones.
Hey!
Fantastic.
Love it.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not the reason why it was an also ran or an honorable mention is because to me it's an almost perfect telling of the story. You know, it's all this darkness, you know, talking about how he's going to kill his girl, you know.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it becomes like almost a Warren Zevon sensibility. Why, Delilah? It starts to swing like that.
Yeah.
So that's why it didn't actually go on the list because of that. But I think it deserves a mention.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you know what, Eric? What movie do I think of when I hear Delilah?
Oh shit.
American Hustle. When they're all singing towards the end, they're all singing that when Christian Bale and Jeremy Renner, they're all drunk and they're singing
You're right.
Delilah
Yeah.
together.
I haven't seen that in
they're all,
such a long time.
oh
So
yeah,
yeah. It's okay. Yep.
Delilah. Yeah. Oh, Tom Jones. Come on, man.
I mean, he's great in anything. Anytime you hear, not unusual is my favorite, but it's like, every time I hear that song, it's just,
you know what? I'll take What's New Pussycat as a guilty pleasure.
There you go. Yep.
It's, he could do the guy, the guy could sing anything. And then there's that great footage of him singing Long Time Gone with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah. And he does a blues song with Jeff Beck.
Yeah, and he sings with Janis Joplin. Back in he was like,
oh yeah.
He seemed like an outsider, but he was tied in with those. Like he would go right in with them. Like he wasn't he was a Vegas entertainer, but he kind of really
but he had the voice.
Got shoehorned in there, But
he was the original My Hips Don't Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing. The women throwing the panties up. That was like Tom Jones was like the thing. It was like that was his trademark. Hey, okay.
To be Tom Jones.
Yes. That's Tom Jones in 1971.
Right.
God, nothing better. My first honorable mention, we'll make it quick. It was in the top list and he dropped down, but R.B. Greaves, Take a Letter, Maria.
Yeah.
Oh,
Address It to My Wife, 1969. He was Sam Cooke's nephew.
Get out of town.
I did not know. Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's just one of those great songs that were circling around in the late 60s and just kind of, send a copy to my lawyer. Really specific in that song. Like he had a lawyer already. I got to get a new life, and then he ends up asking the secretary out at the end of the song, like, well, what are you doing for dinner? I'm free for dinner.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I got to move on. She's horrible. She's awful. It's just but it's an upbeat. It's kind of mariachi style. It's got some horns.
It's got a little Trini Lopez.
Okay, so there, that I mistook that the
Take a letter, Maria.
Your other pick for that. That's what I was thinking
my Maria.
Of. Okay, so I was thinking of this song when you the other one. That's why I said the horns. Okay.
My Maria is. Oh, so you're in for a treat with My Maria, then.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know it, but I was.
You probably
okay,
but Take a Letter, Maria. That's why I took it out. I'm like, there's so many Marias and Marys,
yeah.
Because you'll see my next pick will make it even more confusing. But
okay,
we'll go there. Take a Letter, Maria, 1969.
All right.
Eric, what do you got next? Well, let's speed round this one.
Okay, a song I love. This song I almost had it in my main list, but it's just Daisy Jane by America. I just love the sort of heartbeat thing that starts the song, and it's just it's just a really nice little ballad. It's there's really not much else to say about it except that it's just I love the strings in it. It just that reaches that moment where you got the cellos and the whole thing going. Might be a little saccharine, but it's just just a great song. Yeah. So
produced by George Martin, I believe, at that time.
Yeah,
they were working with how they secured that
game. It's a really it's a good sound.
Yeah, they were over in England.
Yeah.
Group called America, working out of England.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the Paradox Files. John Irizarry, what do you got next? What's an honorable mention you have?
Okay, Rosalita by Bruce Springsteen. Sorry.
I get to pick another one then, I guess. All right.
Rosalita.
I'll jump on with yours. We'll keep it.
It's just multidimensional. The story goes different ways. He's got a lot of different emotions going, and I think he builds a bed underneath each section of that song is just built so beautifully, and it all ties together to this monumental piece of work. It's just great arranging, writing, everything about it is just a wonderful song. and the crescendo is incredible, just how it builds and builds and builds. And it's just perfect. Each part of the story, just he's got a different layer. He brings it down, brings it back up again, but it all fits together perfect. Bruce Springsteen.
Let me ask you a question about it, because I was listening to it a lot recently. Do you think it's is it is it the prequel to Born to Run? I mean, is it the prototype blueprint for what for the song Born to Run? Because when I'm listening to Rosalita, I hear like it has that epic sound to it. It has that expansive story to it. It has those same kind of crescendos and releases of tension and then buildups again.
Well, I think that probably because it was a great noticed song on it is one of his. I forget which one of if it was on the first album or the second album. It was on Greetings from Asbury
I think it
Park.
was on the Wild the Innocent.
Wild Innocent.
Yeah. I think
So that it got so much recognition, it had to be subconsciously.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I think they do like this,
Yeah.
So probably, and seeing as you can't plagiarize yourself,
Yeah.
he probably, it was the basis of what he was growing into. Yes, I think it was a prequel to that, for a lot of reasons. It just, he may have found himself too, may have found his I don't want to call it a niche because he was great. He's greater than that, but he just found his place. And this is who I am. This is what I do. This is the story I could create.
Here's my sound.
This is my sound. Yeah. And then he went, Born to Run is just such a cinematic album,
Yeah, fantastic. All right, cool. All right, so I've gotten two that were stolen from me.
Okay.
Not fair. Okay, this is where things get creepy. From my this was on the main list for a long time. "Cross-Eyed Mary" by Jethro Tull.
Oh, great one.
Creepy, one of the creepiest songs ever. I mean, it's as creepy as Aqualung, but there's just something about it that makes you want to listen. Like the way the flute starts in the beginning, and it's kind of like ominous, and it just kind of creeps up. Mm-hmm. And it builds, and then you've got Ian Anderson's just that creepy vocal that he has. It's like smarmy sounding the way Aqualung is, and the material in Cross-Eyed Mary is no better than Aqualung. It's a child prostitute, but the song just grooves. It has so many different things, and then Martin Barr's guitar work at the end, he's just all over the place.
Yeah,
yes, great song.
Yeah, it's just so creepy.
It's like I don't listen to them often, but it's like they're a group that it's like every time that I do though, I'm like, damn. Yeah. They're just, they are just, as good as people say, like when people who are really into them, into that sort of proggy.
Yeah. They're compelling to me. They're an enigma. Yeah. It's like, they're, it's like the flute and it's prog but there's this underpinning of just like dread or just kind
almost
of like,
If Shakespeare was born in that time,
absolutely, it's very English, very Sorry.
Absolutely. All right, Eric, give us another one.
Okay, speaking of prog, I had to throw one in there. See Emily Play, Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
Enough said. I mean, this didn't appear on any. It appeared on a few of their compilation records, but it was a single. But it's just Syd Barrett at the height of their psychedelic era. It's very sort of, it has that psychedelic pop element to it. They're not the Floyd that we would come to know, the sonic experience Floyd, but it's just a very interesting. I love the way it starts, and it just, that's probably the weirdest part. It's like, and then it just goes into this, very, very popish kind of thing, but it still has that Floyd, moniker there. But I always loved it. It was a
different, like you said, it was a different Floyd.
I first heard it on their wonderful compilation, the Echoes box set. When they, that's probably one of the best things they ever did as far as compilation albums go. But that's the first time I ever heard it because again, I didn't find it on any of their earlier records, and it was just I think it was just a single at that point. So yep.
See Emily play.
Yep.
I don't know if we had a list that didn't have Floyd in one way or another.
Yeah.
Usually they're always making an appearance somewhere. They're very utilitarian for our list needs.
Yeah.
All right, John, what do you got? Give us another one.
Angie by the Stones.
Oh.
Written by David Bowie.
Yep.
Who I think did on Pinups. Did he do a cover of Emily?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So Angie, you can just, I think the Stones, Mick Jagger and the boys did a great job presenting that song in the tone that David Bowie had meant it to be about his, I don't know if it was his ex-wife yet or it was near to be ex-wife, but it's just such a beautifully sad song.
Yeah. And Mick really puts himself out there with it.
Yeah, it showed that Jagger could handle something like that.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That was in their, kind of in their grungy, dirty era, of kind of, when they were really strung out and just doing everything, but then they come out with something like that, and it's just
the piano behind it. It's really, the music is laid down really by probably Nicky Hopkins. I'm not sure, but the piano and Charlie Watts' drums, just beautifully done. Just creates a beautiful bed for this very sad song. Beautiful.
Yeah, can't go wrong with it. I'm actually gonna dovetail right into you because my next pick was written by David Bowie. Anybody want to take a crack at it? It's not going to be what you think it is.
No, I can't.
Genie?
Blue Jean?
Blue Jean.
Oh, yeah. Blue Jean. Great.
Yeah, such a, I always loved Blue Jean. It was such a for me, who at the time really wasn't into Bowie, he was at arm's length. He was a little too weird. It was just kind of okay. And then after Let's Dance, his next album had Blue Jean on it. And it was just really for me, it was just a great enough quirky Bowie and enough pop to make it really interesting. And then the music video, he made like a long form, like 20-minute music video. It was like a little movie and there's like a performance in there. I've always loved Blue Jean. I've always loved that song. It's just, it's got the horns in,
Then White Duke period. Yeah, that's Bowie. Yeah, that's probably my favorite period for Bowie.
Yeah, so it's just one of those ones where he just, it's an easy one to get into, but he was trying to replicate what he did on Let's Dance, and that probably wasn't a good idea for him because it didn't do as well. He's better off being a chameleon and just kind of moving off.
Yeah,
but Blue Jean was a winner for me.
Yeah, good choice.
We got time for one more?
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay.
All right, let's do it, Eric.
All right. So, this was the choice that I was having a hard time flip-flopping with Eleanor Rigby, but I have to go with Caroline No, Beach Boys.
There it is.
So there it is. That caps it off. It's very, very difficult because Pet Sounds is in my top 3 albums of all time. So, but because of that, I had to, I deferred to Revolver. But yeah, what can you say? Especially if you listen to it at the original speed when they re-released it with the sessions and all that. It's just, I love the slower pace to it. The vocal of Brian just really getting that angst out there, and just he's just, he's missed. What a beautiful soul. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Apparently, I just read that in 1972, Brian remixed Pet Sounds for a release. I think it was they re-released it as a double with another Beach Boys album, but he actually personally remixed it, and that version has not been available, and it's finally being released, like his mix, and what they consider his definitive mix, because he was the one that mixed it in 72. That remix, it
part of the 60th.
He wasn't. I don't know what he wasn't happy apparently with the 66 mixing of it. Upon looking at it, but again, you got to put Brian Wilson in 1972 also wasn't making the best decisions
No,
at the time. But everybody's like, yeah, the 72 mix, that's Brian's final word on Pet Sound. So we want to hear, it's going to get a re-release. So I'll be interested. It's coming out like real soon.
Yeah, I know they're doing a sort of audio file release of the album. It's supposed to be like the best you've ever heard it. And I don't think that's it quite, but yeah, they're doing re-releasing like a lot of what the box set had, the sessions box set. Yeah. So they're releasing a lot of that content in a new package kind of thing. So
we spend the same money.
Yeah.
Let's give you less than we gave you on the other box set, and you'll rebuy it. We'll put one thing you haven't heard on it before, and then you have.
But that's what got me into that record.
Yeah,
big time. What was that? Came out in '96. That's the first time I ever heard the album in stereo, and it was just blew me away.
Amazing.
Yep. So
amazing. All right, Johnny Irizarry, you got one more for us?
Okay, I had to pick from 3 here, but I think I'm going to go with Suzanne by Lou Reed.
Ooh,
another Suzanne song.
Another Suzanne. Yeah, I was going to say
that was from the '80s, right?
Yeah. I see. I'm stuck in a place.
No, that right here. It's like I love you, Suzanne. Like, dude,
that's right. It's a quick song.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of lyrics to it. You could almost see him. Well, probably not Lou Reed doing it, but someone dancing with the girl that he really loves and just talking to her while they're dancing to this song, But it's just a great song. It's a quick song, but it does convey the message of love, emotional joy, just beautiful song.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, and
he started with Suzanne and he ends it with Suzanne. That's fantastic.
I like that. Oh, look at that. Eric caught the pattern.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Nobody picked Roxanne. I'm surprised.
Yeah, Roxanne or Sarah. No one. I still have one more pick left.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Was it Roxanne? Was it Sarah by Fleetwood Mac? Was it
the Mac?
It was none of those.
Oh, actually. Diane? No.
No, it's not any of those, actually. Actually, it's from an artist that John already picked in the top 5.
Oh, okay.
My final pick is Veronica by Elvis Costello.
Oh, yes. Great.
Co-written by Macca.
That's right.
But I don't really like it for that. It's funny, and it's my reference is going to be very obscure, but when the song came out, I really dug it. It's about his grandmother who has dementia and just kind of forgetting who she is, but then she has moments where she's got clarity. But at the time, I think it was in Rolling Stone, and I read someone reviewed the song, and they're like, "This sounds exactly like The Move."
Okay.
From like mid 67, 68 Move, and then I listened to it, I'm like,
do you agree?
It actually absolutely does sound like a song that Roy Wood would have written by The Move, and it sounds just like The Move.
Well, that's musically
obscure.
A little incestuous because The Move wanted to sound like the Beatles, which later went into ELO, which in turn, so that sounds like The Move, it's kind of like a circular thing.
Yeah, and David Bowie said to Roy Wood, he goes, "You should just get a band together with all your friends," and that's how The Move was. There were so many different bands in the Birmingham area, and David Bowie, who was still David Jones at the time.
Okay,
so why don't you guys just all get together and just do, and so so there's a lot of that. So Veronica, I've always liked Veronica, very catchy,
great song.
Yeah, just kind of that's when McCartney was working with him, and then I think Elvis Costello worked on with McCartney on Flowers in the Dirt.
Yeah,
that's when they were kind of collaborating. He was like the people were saying, "Oh, he's the stand-in for John Lennon because he has that same acerbic kind of wit and kind of cutting, lyrical content the way John Lennon would." He made a good foil for McCartney, but Veronica is just a great pop song.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's fun. It is very throwbacky. It sounds very much like '60s English pop. And it's good. It's a fun one.
And the way it ends with just that Veronica.
Yeah. It just kind of.
That's it.
It has this crescendo, and then it just leaves you off, and it's a great one. Wow, this is a list.
It's going to be a list, yeah.
This is really a good. It's got a little bit of everything in it. which I really like.
Yeah.
You know, I like when the songs are good and they're mostly familiar and there's just enough new stuff, but enough that you can put this on and be like, oh, okay, yeah. This is going to be good.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, John Irizarry, thank you so much for joining us. So, you know, don't be a straight. See, you've done a top 5. It wasn't that painful, right? It was you know.
No, it was good. It was good. This was fun. I mean, this was a lot of fun. Listen, I talk with people about music the way people do about sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, who played for what team, what were their stats, what was their big year, you know.
That's us.
This is your home. Yeah, this is your home. What do you know?
I'm happy to be here. I'm smiling. I've been smiling through the whole thing. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, and that's why and that's one of the reasons why we love to keep the picks secret.
Yeah.
As well, because we kind of get to hear it unraveled and be like, wow, or oh my God, I totally forgot about that song, or I had it, you know.
I love hearing the stories from people when our guests come on and they have their own experiences with songs and what it means to them. That's what I love about it too. Yeah. So, but thank you for your insight and your picks, and you know, it's going to be.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Dean. Yep. I appreciate being invited. It's always an honor.
Always. I think I asked you a few years ago. I think I asked you to be on our top 5 guitarists, and you were like, I can't judge the guitarists in a list like that.
Yeah.
I think you were a little trepidatious about like you know, we're certainly not carving these into stone and into marble tablets and bringing them to the mount.
Yeah,
right?
I think I was still drinking back then.
I think I'm going to start. Might make my list more interesting. Maybe it'll be more Jethro Tull. But that's going to do it for this episode. Again, hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Go ahead and leave us a comment. Give us your picks. We will add them. They will be. It's a dynamic list. So anytime, even you know, we've gotten picks like down the road, and we add them to the list. And that's the beautiful part of it. Is just having this massive thing, and you can say, "Hey, I helped contribute to this. These were my picks to this playlist." So we certainly welcome that. We want to add more. I want some other ones that I forgot, or maybe ones that I had and just kind of left to the side as well, because this was a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the more time you spend on it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Just start research.
There's so much to pick from. That's why I gave myself, well, what is going to be the criteria?
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many songs, you know, there's so many beautiful songs, and the love for them is all different reasons. It could be just because you dig the groove, you know, everything from digging the groove to, lyrically, this is incredible, you know.
Yeah. But, it's so much to chew on. The good news is we could always do a part 2.
Okay. True that. We could do men's names and title. Yeah.
Just do men's names next.
Which would be even harder.
Yeah, right.
Well, you say that, but then I guarantee you, if you pulled up a playlist, you'd be like, "Oh my God, okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
But probably not. Yeah, maybe not as
Mr. Crowley. Where do you go after Mr. Crowley?
There you go. See? Already. See, he's already like laying the foundation for the next one. So. Crazy. That's going to do it for this episode of the 3324 podcast. John Irizarry, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you, Eric.
Yep. Yeah, I've been hankering to get you on a top 5.
Thank you.
And I'm glad I'm glad you did.
This is amazing fun. This is wonderful. Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. And of course, Eric and I, we're going to be here in our trusty, he's going to be on his comfy couch. I'm going to be in my trusty gaming chair until we see you again. Again, follow us, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all those great things. And for John Irizarry, for Eric, this has been Dean. We will catch you on the flip side.
You've been listening to the 3324 podcast with Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber. You can find us on your favorite podcast provider, so please like, subscribe, and rate to become a part of the 3324 family. Your feedback is important, so make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 3324 podcast and on Twitter at 3324p to join the conversation.